Hey everyone, welcome to week 4 of my training for a half marathon recap videos. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and tuning in. I really appreciate that you're there. I'm so excited to get into this. Week 4 was a recovery week, so it was a lot more chill after last week, which was
more intensive. I'll definitely put it that way.
and a little bit demoralizing. So having a bit of a rest this week was fantastic. All right, let's get into the video. In this video, I'm going to take you through the 4 different aspects of my training, and I'm going to give a bit of a review on them and see how I feel they went, how they actually went, and look forward to the next week. So the first thing I'm going to go through is the training. That's looking at both the running workouts and also the strength training that I'm doing. The second thing that I'm going to look at is my recovery. So looking at things like sleep, stretching, foam rolling, all those sorts of things. The third thing is nutrition. And fourthly, I'll be looking at my psychology. So let's hop into the training. Okay, Monday, first day of the week, rest day. Very lovely. On the Sunday in the week 3, I had done a 10K, so it was nice to have a bit of a rest after that big run for me. Now the Tuesday is the next running workout. So on that Tuesday was 5K easy, really nice and chill. I ran, and I think it was ended up being about 5.04 Ks in 37 minutes, 22 seconds. And it was at a pace of 7 minutes, 25 a kilometer, or 11 minutes, 51 a mile. So overall, that run felt pretty good. It was a nice, easy 5K. I feel like I've been trying to really make sure my easy runs are properly easy. So focusing on going slow at the start, because I'm feeling more comfortable and more confident at the start. I tend to go a little bit faster than I probably should. So this week I tried to make sure I was actually running those a bit slower at my real easy pace. Wednesday was a rest day, nothing too interesting to report there. The next workout was on Thursday. It was a strength workout, and I actually did another one of those Nike videos that is on Netflix. It was a strength full body workout. I actually quite enjoyed it. It seemed to focus more on lower body and the core, which I think is really helpful in trying to improve the different muscles that seem to be most important for running. So yeah, that was overall pretty good. I like the structure of it. It's 30 minutes. It's not too intense for home workouts. Like, it's not a HIIT workout, which is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a cardio type workout because this is meant to be strength. Friday was the next one. So Friday was a 5K easy with 4 20-second strides. I ended up running 5.75 Ks at a pace of 7:42 a kilometer or 12:24 a mile. So nice and easy. Again, I was trying to focus on making sure that I was holding back at the start so I had more of an even pace throughout the run, instead of what I've noticed happens is that I start pretty speedy. Well, I say speedy, but it's not that speedy. And then slowly get slower, right? Saturday was a rest day, and then the next workout was this Sunday, and that was an 8K easy run. I ended up running 8 kilometers and 50 meters, nice, in about a minute. Wow, no. I ran that in 1 hour and 3 minutes, excuse me, at a pace of 7:55. And definitely on this 8K easy run, I really mentally was holding myself back at the start. And I noticed actually I started off slower and slowly was able to build up and get faster and didn't get too tired by the end, which I'm very, very impressed about because usually it's the other way around. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, this week was a recovery phase and I ran a total of 18.8 kilometers. I like doing the tracking thing with my hand. I've found how to do that, and it's fun. It's fun to do. So it was meant to be a lower amount of kilometers in the week, and also just lower impact, which is why they're all easy runs after the higher intensity of last week and also the couple of weeks before. So next week, I had a look ahead. And it's much more intense. There's more intervals, there's more half marathon pace training in there. So I'm really appreciating the week that I just had as I head into the next one. Overall, I feel like the training has gone well, and that faster training that I did earlier on, I think is helping especially with the recovery week. Moving on to the very important topic of recovery, this week I think I did pretty well in comparison to last week. I'm still not the best at it, but I think slowly I'm getting into those habits of prioritizing recovery, especially after those runs. So, of course, before every run, I do those dynamic stretches. And then after my run, I make sure to get in some static stretches. A little later on after the run, usually it's not straight afterwards, I try to do some foam rolling. So I did that 2 times out of the 3 runs that I did. I did it after the strides run and also after the 8-kilometer run. So I'm really glad that I did that. I'm still kind of unsure of how to do it very well, but I think just practicing it and slowly getting into it, I'll be able to be better at figuring it out compared to if I didn't do it at all. I've noticed after the foam rolling that my muscles feel more relaxed, less tense, less tight, less sore. So I can see the benefits, especially directly after I've done the foam rolling. Sleep as well was much better this week. I think I averaged about 8 hours a night, which is amazing. Very glad about that. I still am slightly restless. I think like I wake up a little bit, like a few times. But overall, my collective sleep has been pretty good. On those non-running days, I am still prioritizing getting up and going into a walk. So it's not a very long walk. I think I mentioned this last week. I wanted to start implementing, and this week I've continued to do that. Every day I've gotten in those about 10 to 15 minute walks in the morning when I don't have running, just to get the legs moving a bit. Yeah, that's recovery. I'm pretty proud of that, and hopefully next week, as I get into a higher intensity week, building on the training that I've done, I'll be able to take along those recovery habits I'm trying to build up and continue that to protect my body. Yeah. Moving on to nutrition. So this week, week 4, nutrition I think was pretty good. Monday I did go over my calories, so was no longer in a deficit, but the rest of the week I was within my calories. I am finding it a little bit harder mentally, like I mentioned, I think in like the past 2 videos, that I am feeling it a bit like it's a bit harder to adhere to the diet. I am going to be hopping into that diet break next week, so hopping up into maintenance for a week or 2 just to give myself a little mental break and my body as well. I think it would also be helpful as I go into more intense training to give my body some more fuel. So I think that's a win-win. And then after that week or 2, I'll hop back into the calorie deficit and continue from there. The nutrition in terms of like what food look like, it's pretty similar to every week. I've got those protein porridge for brekkie. And this week I made a massaman curry, again with those soy chunks. Soy chunks, by the way, if you don't know, is basically like processed soy that's been defatted. So it soaks up so much flavor and they're amazing. And there's so much protein in them as well. I think they're fantastic for people who are looking to reduce the amount of animal protein that they're using. Soy chunks, if you can get them where you are, is fantastic. I get mine from Coles, which is great. They're super cheap as well and last me for ages. Also been having some fruit, some hummus, popcorn for snacks. What else have I had for snacks?
I don't even know.
Lots of potatoes, chickpeas, beans, those sorts of things, just kind of intermittently put throughout the week as well, depending on what I feel like cooking. But overall, I think nutrition has been good and I'm looking forward to hopping into that diet break soon. Okay, psychology. So looking at how I was doing mentally this week, honestly, it was pretty good. I think the recovery week not only is great for giving the body a break, but also giving the mind a break, because it can be mentally challenging doing those higher intensity training sessions. So really appreciated just being able to enjoy the runs a bit more and really get into finding that easy pace that works for me. Going for those walks as well to get some more steps and also just get out of the house, I think has been helpful. I find it a great place to just allow myself to think without just being distracted by my phone or just anything else essentially. So it's good for me to think through things and process things, get ready for the day. I also find that it's a great place to pray as well, so that's been fantastic. And also looking and reflecting on those things that I'm grateful for, things that went well, as I learnt from that documentary a couple of weeks back. Probably one of the more difficult things has been being in the deficit again, just because I've been in it for quite a while now, and I think I'm just, it does just kind of just play on the mind a little bit. I think I'm thinking about food a little more than I want to, and so I'm looking forward to not thinking about it as much. So that's been one of the things that has been a little bit more challenging, but other than that, I think overall it's been a pretty good week. And that brings us to the end of the video. That's my reflection, my recap for week 4. This recovery week after the first 3 weeks of training, I think has been pretty good, and I've definitely appreciated it. Not gonna lie, I'm a tad scared going into week 5. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and are keen to follow me along on this journey to my very first half marathon, please consider subscribing and liking the video. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you go on to have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.